This is episode 156 of Keeping It 9000 with Cool Hands, aka Lou.
Hi.
On this episode, we talked about a couple of things. JJK is now currently the most popular anime out there.
Yeah.
To the moon.
To the moon.
One Piece haters, eat your hearts out.
I love that.
We also touched base on anime and things within anime that annoy us.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And lastly, we talked about being adults and fitting anime into our busy schedules. We got a lot of things going on. We create content, full-time jobs, significant others. It's tough out here.
Yeah.
It's been episode 156. Hope you enjoy it. Keeping it 9000. Starting 1, 2, 3, boom.
It's over 9,000!
What is up, y'all? What is good? This is Keeping It 9000. Otaku with my bro taku. Shonen with my bronin. Anime conversations from an NYC POV. You know the vibes. It's Kev over here, and Jay is in Japan doing his thing. For all y'all who love Jay, send him some hate because this man's gone for 2-3 weeks away from his friends, enjoying Japan with his shorty, and he just let us all cut and dry. So if you mad at Jay for not being here, you know, throw him some shade. Send some eggplants his way, or you know, just send some send some annoying messages towards his direction, so he knows that he shouldn't just up and leave without his homies and go to Japan without, you know, bringing the boys with him.
Right.
But
y'all stuck with me.
But going off of that, we got not only the man who is one of the co-creators of Wasting My 20s, also one of the co-creators of the new hit social media page, Brunch Bros, where the boys talk about anime after having a nice, healthy serving of brunch.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been to one of them, and it's been a lot of fun, dog.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
We got Lou on the podcast. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Yo, thank you for having me, man.
Of course, bro. Good to have you back. You've been on what? This is your third time on the pod?
Third time, man.
This time, this time you co-hosted, man.
I made it, baby. What you say?
I love it. Yo, I love having like other anime fans on the podcast just because it's nice to get a different pace of other people's point of views. You feel me?
Right, different perspectives and such. Like, I'm curious, would you guys say that you guys end up watching the same things because of the podcast that you're running?
Me and Jay?
Yeah.
There's some places where like the Venn diagram like meets in the middle, but then there's other places where it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because J. Cole's a big fan of like Studio Ghibli movies. I like them, but I don't seek them out. Or like just anime movies in general. Like I still haven't seen Suzune. I still haven't seen all of them. Your Name. Like I haven't seen any of them.
Okay.
But then there's some anime that I'll watch that J. Cole like he probably won't even tap into. Like I love Tower of God. Tower of God is fire to me. J. Cole's not watching that.
Okay.
Another one that I'm watching right now that J. Cole hasn't really tapped into is Mashal. Like maybe he'll tap into it eventually, maybe he won't. And then there's like a few others. It's like I watch like mad random anime sometimes that he won't tap into, and then he'll watch like mainstream movies and stuff that I'll tap into eventually, but I'm not running.
You're not pressed to do it. No, that makes sense. So y'all balance each other out pretty well then.
Facts.
Nice. We got on the docket for today, man. I'm
yes,
excited.
sir. Yo, so I just got something to say to all you One Piece lovers. Take the second podium down because you are not number one right now. When it comes to most popular anime in the world, currently the king, the one wearing the crown, is Jujutsu Kaisen, bro.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? I would have thought. I would have thought. Akil would have thought. And for those who don't know, Akil is in the background. You know, he's doing his producing thing out here.
Word, shout out to Akil.
Yeah. Yes, sir. There he goes. But this was all based off of so Guinness is actually the group of people who decided this.
Wow.
Guinness they're pretty credible.
Yes.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
When it comes to world records and who's like the top of something.
Yeah.
Guinness. So they know what they're talking about.
Right.
This isn't some person off the street. And also the way that they found this was that they reached out to this data finding company called Para Analytics. And basically what they looked at was streams, downloads, social media mentions, and a whole lot of other stuff. And
manga sales too, stuff like that.
I think manga sales were in there as well.
I figured that would have to be somewhat important.
Or manga sales may not have been in there because I think it's anime
exclusive.
specific.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Where,
Because if it's manga sales, One Piece is beating everybody. Like,
but at least on a
handle
yearly
this.
basis too. Would you say? Well, like
It
'cause-
might, yeah, One
think
Piece
so?
manga sales is up there because
Yeah, okay,
you gotta understand. Like, One Piece is so popular that there's people who don't even watch the anime; they'll strictly just read the manga.
Yeah, that's true. That's
like
true.
millions of people who just strictly do that.
Because of the pacing.
The pacing's not good.
More on that later.
soon come. But yeah, so essentially, Parrot Analytics took all those things into consideration.
Nice.
And there were 3 anime that were in the top of the running. I think last year's winner was actually
Demon
Attack
Slayer?
on Titan.
Word? Mm-hmm. What?
Attack on Titan.
Really?
Attack on Titan. Your boy, you gotta let him know. He won last year, but he didn't win this year.
Jesus Christ! Don't even get that guy started. Aaron Christ is crazy.
Yes, sir.
I would have thought it was Demon Slayer. Definitely.
No, Attack on Titan got the game in a chokehold. Akil ain't happy to hear that in the background, but because he's a hater, but it's all good.
Chill.
But taking all those things into consideration,
Yeah.
it beat out Attack on Titan, which was last year's winner,
Right.
and it came really close, neck and neck with
Really?
One Piece.
Oh.
But y'all didn't win. One Piece, as a One Piece also watcher, and I love One Piece. JJK this year is better than One Piece this year. I'm sorry, it has to be said.
That one of my boys, shout out to my boy Duran, another one of the Brunch Bros.
Yes, sir.
He consistently jacks that this might be one of the Shibuya arc might be one of the best arcs in anime history.
Fire.
And it's like, that's such a grand statement, so I won't like corroborate or try to argue against it, but I'm like, it's in the running. I think so. I think if you're gonna say that about any like recently fresh arc that's just dropped, after watching it, as a former, as you brought up before, if you guys are tapped in, you know that I wasn't the biggest fan of JJK.
He was a hater, a dirty dirty hater.
Damn.
He didn't have the vision.
Listen,
he didn't see the
listen.
potential.
And what I will say is, like, the first season still to me was all right.
Okay.
It picked up towards the latter half, which is natural. I mean, I think sometimes it's just what it takes in order for a show to really get into its stride. But the movie was different for one. I'll say the last that whole the arc when they're doing the school competition, that really turned shit up. And then when they ended up fighting that like tree beast, I don't remember the
Hanami.
Yes. Oh my God. I was like, nah, this shit got some potential. That shit really has some potential. But this season really exceeded. It went above and beyond animation. Even though the animation was sometimes incomplete, was amazing. Like, it was just absolutely amazing. It just blew my mind. People was, I don't want to say too much, but like, people could get the axe. And I like that. I like finality. I like when things are like that. So this shit really just blew my mind. Oops, excuse me. You know what I mean? It blew my mind. I have to say, I am a believer. Sway did have the answers, as it turns out.
It's good to have you on the winning side. It's good to have you on the winning side, fam. Nah, JJK, and think about it too. How long has it been? All they have right now is, when you're talking about the anime, you have two seasons and a movie.
Yeah, that's tough.
That is it. And you're the most popular anime that exists currently?
Yeah. That's really good.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, sure, One Piece has been on top for a really long time, but how long did it take them to get there?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean? Was it happening in season 1, or because they don't go by seasons, they go by arcs, because they release 48 to 50 episodes a year, like idiots still.
Yeah.
But was that the first year? Was it the most popular?
Yeah.
No. Second? Third? No.
This is a little off topic, but I remember people had the argument on Twitter, like, yo, let's say like in the 2000s, One Piece wasn't what it is now.
No.
It was definitely like second fiddle to Naruto. And I can speak to that personally because of, I guess, the tsunami and bringing
Especially
it
in the U.S. I'm sure in Japan,
it might have been a little bit different.
Different. But in the U.S.?
Yeah, at least from what I can see. And that has a lot to do with the way that One Piece was introduced to American audiences. Like the 4Kids dub was...
Yeah, it was garbage.
It was horrible. And that's kind of what scarred my view of One Piece to this day. It's one of the reasons why I'm not super tuned in because of that. Even though I know it's completely different, but it just left an impression. But respect has to be given regardless of the fact if you've been able to do it consistently. LeBron is the GOAT for a reason, right?
Yeah, it's a GOAT.
It's a GOAT.
Got Roger right there, got Luffy right there, bro. I'm a One Piece fan, but when it comes down to it, Jujutsu Kaisen is taking it this year. It took it this year. Best anime of the year, bro.
Yo, cheers to JJK, man.
Cheers to JJK.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you go. Yeah, he's go.
Cheers.
Good to be on the winning side.
Yes, sir. Well, moving on from that, yo, if you haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen, then you're stuck under a rock, and you need to open your mind to new great things, because Jujutsu Kaisen is greatness. And if you ain't rocking with it, then I don't know what to tell you. You're missing out on peak animation.
Yes.
But moving on, what we want to talk about right now is anime that we're currently watching. So, Lou, for you, what's on your anime docket right now on the weekly basis?
On the weekly, I would say mine isn't currently airing, and it's also like a rewatch. But I'm rewatching Your Lie in April. It's a music anime, and it definitely pulls on the heartstrings a whole lot. I watched it when it first aired. It was like 10 years ago when it started airing. And
What's it about?
so it's about a young pianist, and he stops playing music after his mother passes because she was essentially like his tutor.
Okay.
And he can't really hear notes anymore because of the traumatic experience of his mother passing and how she was so stern on him. And then he ends up meeting a young lady who inspires him to get back into music.
Okay.
And you start to see the journey of him rediscovering his love for it, and see how this time that he's had is just pretty much evolved him as a musician. And that's all I'll say about it without saying too much.
Yeah. And it's a slice of life type beat?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. The one thing I will say is just like, damn, like maybe it's just like improved empathy over the last few years, but like Jesus, like watching it then it was rough, but watching it now, it just takes on a whole different life. So it's been a really fun journey because I don't really get to rewatch shows very often. Yeah. So that's what I've had so far.
Facts.
What about you?
Oh, that's fire. I am watching, even though we're just trashing it a little bit, I am currently watching One Piece.
Oh.
Your boy's on Whole Cake Island still because the pacing is horrendous, and they release Whole Cake Island is an arc that lasted like 2-3 years. And you know what they do? They release an episode a week for like a whole year. And you would expect maybe after the year it'd be finished. Not with One Piece. They'll give you another 2 years of the same arc until you get it finished. Hey, yeah, it's frustrating, but right now I'm at a good point of it. We're at where you're learning about Big Mom and her upbringing and her childhood. And it's actually pretty sad to see. Like, Big Mom kind of went through it. Like, every one of the characters in One Piece, for the most part, I feel like they have like just the worst upbringings ever. I don't want to get too much into it, but what Big Mom's story is, her parents just was like, yo, we can't have you here no more. Here's an island. Live there.
Oh,
here's a bag of candy. Make that work for the rest of your life, and hopefully you're able to survive through this.
Hold up. So they gave her an island?
They didn't give her an island. They just left her on one.
I was about to say, don't tell me she a Nepo baby. That's crazy. But nah, continue.
Nah, that's pretty much it. Like, that's the beginning of her story. And I'm at the point where, like, I'm learning about what she did on that island and who she was able to meet and how she was able to, like, come into her own. But it's really, like, sad seeing. And that's a good thing about One Piece, though. It doesn't just give you a villain and go, okay, this person is bad because they're bad.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, sometimes you get that with certain shows, like Dragon Ball, Frieza, he's just a villain because he's a villain.
And he's really good at it. Mind you. But yes, he doesn't have much reason behind
right?
his...
justify their reason for being who they are. You feel me?
Okay.
With Big Mom, you're getting that in this part of the story right now, which I think is fire. Also, what I finished watching this season actually is Solo Leveling.
Oh.
Have you seen Solo Leveling yet?
I watched like the first 3 to 4 episodes. The last thing I recall watching was after he kind of was completing the tasks. He had to go into the subway to complete like his first like actual solo mission, and that's why I clipped it off at. But I wanted to let it just stack before, because I think I watched them like those 3 or 4 in succession, and then it was just still airing. So I was like, let me just wait, and then I'm probably gonna head back to it too. But yeah,
gotcha. Keep watching.
Okay,
because it's good. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's one of those anime right now where it's gonna be life changing. It's not a Jujutsu Kaisen. Like it ain't at that level yet.
Yeah.
But it's one that's definitely going to keep you entertained. It's going to give you great animation. It's going to give you dope fights. But also the story's still unraveling. You feel me?
Okay.
Like I feel like it's one of those anime where you're getting the story, but you don't have the full picture yet.
Are you going to read the manga?
Yeah, I'm going to read the manga soon.
Okay.
I'm reading that very soon because I need the content. It's one of those ones where I'm just like, okay,
You don't
there's a
wanna
lot of
wait.
information that I don't have.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like when it comes to manga, like if I really mess with the anime, I'm reading the manga. Like I'm already caught up.
You don't say.
Yeah, we got JJK over here.
Yeah.
I'm reading the online version. Yo, I talked about this earlier, but I'm so bad with JJK that when the leaks come out and I can't watch them, I'll watch the YouTube videos about the leaks and then read the leaks and then read the actual manga chapters on Sunday on Shonen Jump app.
Damn.
Like, nah, I'm in this for life.
Oh, you official on the app.
Official tissue. We ain't getting Shonen Jump. We ain't getting JJK. Well, we are getting it allegedly, but we're also getting it legally. Shout out to your alleged sites.
Yes, alleged sites who allegedly provide things for us for an alleged free.
for free.
Word. Not that we would ever endorse anything of that nature, of course.
Oh, of course not.
You know.
It's not. Preposterous.
Yeah, preposterous. Come on now.
All right. I got a question for you, Lou.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Put your hands up. Put your thinking cap on. There it is.
All right.
I want you to name me. I have to look this up real quick because I forgot. 1 second. I need you to name me. What'd you just say? It doesn't matter what you said. I want you to name me 5 anime that you wish you never watched. You got 10 seconds. 10.
No Game, No Life.
Okay.
9. Akame got killed.
Okay. Surgical with this mother.
Fuck. I don't have
7.
too many regrettable ones. Damn.
6.
I'll take the shot.
What? You got 5 seconds left, son.
I don't watch things that I don't want to watch.
Okay.
That's something that I can say I'm actually very proud of. Like I fall off of shows. Like I'm known for doing that if it doesn't catch my attention. So if I complete something, it had to have carried me through it. You know what I mean? So I don't even regret watching Akame got killed. I just said that.
That was just cap.
That was just I mean, come on. He told me that. He told me to put the cap on that. You know what I mean?
That's what it's.
What about you though?
5 anime I wish I never watched.
Yeah.
School Days. Bo.
You completed that?
No.
Oh,
no, not completed. Just watch.
Okay.
watch.
Fair enough. All right.
Just watch, son.
Fair.
Kill a Kill.
Okay. I heard good things about that.
Boruto.
Oh, somebody's
And-
not gonna be happy about that.
I'm sure the manga's great. Anime's garbage. And honestly, Tokyo Revengers. We got the poster over here and everything, but this past couple seasons have not been great.
Yeah.
I wish I had that time back.
Man, I want to defend it, but that last season was
Son.
it was very disappointing. I mean, I'm hoping that they can recover.
No, 100%. I'm moving on with that. If you're watching, if you're streaming right now, follow us. We're at Keeping It 9000 everywhere. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok. You can find us on Twitter. We also have a Discord. Look into any one of our pages. You will find a link leading you to said Discord.
Yeah.
It's over there. We have anime conversations. We have the manga leaks over there, allegedly. And we have all the, fun anime vibes from a New York City point of view on there. So.
And they got a bacon, egg, and cheese, boy.
And we got a bacon, egg, and cheese with the Tim on the side.
Oh. Dirty.
It's a fresh Tim.
It's a fresh
Tim.
Respect
It's fresh Tims for you.
Yeah.
It's our gift to you.
Respect
if
to
you
that.
listen to Keep It 9000, we'll supply you with a fresh set of Tims for every 9,000 minutes of the podcast that you stream.
That'd be actually really fire. I think that'd be so fire. They
Got
could
the 9,000 on the side.
You know what I'm saying? They can find a way to prove that, like to verify it. Like
Facts.
that's deserved. I think you deserve it of it.
That's facts. It's cap, but it's there. But also we have Lou. Shout out your stuff.
Oh man, well I go by the name of Lou, but I mean you may know me as Cool Hands. That's my personal. Wasting My 20s is on YouTube. WM20s on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok as well. And of course, Brunch Bros, Brunch X Bros. You know what I mean? We are like my friend over here just said. We have been just putting together these events. It's so weird to talk about. I feel like I feel like
I mean,
overall,
I could loop you in. I can like start you off. So
yeah.
basically what the Brunch Bros is, it's a whole anime experience. You start off during the day with food and drinks with people who enjoy anime. You're drinking, you're eating, and you're talking about one of your favorite things that you enjoy. Anime in the most fun ways.
Yeah.
Conversations pop off. The amount of things I've heard people say at these Brunch Bros.
You hear some stuff.
Like it kind of seemed like there was almost a fight at one of them, but everybody calmed down and got to the vibes, which was nice.
Yes.
And then after the food and drinks, you go to a studio where you get to have even more anime conversations on camera for content, though.
Yeah.
Touch base on that.
So Kev is pulled up as well as Akil and Quell, so they can speak to it. We try to come up with very engaging conversations that are both from a genuine perspective, but also something that will create some type of conversation because you put enough people in a room, and especially if we're all watching things, we're not all watching the exact same things. We all have different frames of reference perspective. So you're going to get an opinion that somebody doesn't agree with. And it's really interesting to see people communicate those differences.
Right.
Sometimes it's childish. It's done in a childish way. Sometimes it's over the top, but sometimes it's like really well thought out. And it's something that personally I'm always been very passionate about, is bringing people together.
Nah, it's fire.
So it's a blessing to be able to do that with such great people that I work with, and collaborating with the people in the space.
Nah, it's dope, and it's great vibes, and it's also there's so many funny moments. I remember the one that I went to. There was somebody who was talking about. They mentioned not liking One Piece or something, and one of your boys, the co-creators, he got in his bag. He was like, "I don't care, yada yada yada."
You like Orochimaru. Your opinion is effectively null and void. I'm like, damn, bro.
But also, it's like,
yeah.
Funny thing is, as a person who's hosting this, is probably not what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm like, but
he was like, "Nah, I stand on mine."
Nah, he goes full cape for that One Piece. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to One Piece and shout out to those guys. It's so fun trolling y'all.
Yeah. Nah, it's fun. It was fun as hell.
Yeah.
And also just being able to like be on another platform, sharing our opinions in a way that's received a little differently than
what you're used to.
Because when we record this podcast in this space, the only time we receive like reaction from our opinions is when we post.
Right.
But with Brunch Bros, the cool thing is that you have people in the background
in real time,
hearing what other people are saying and reacting live.
What do you
which
say
I think is nice for the vibe.
How do you feel like is different? Like, what ways would you notice, or what ways do you prefer it, or which ways do you not prefer it?
I think it has its ups and downs with it. Like getting a reaction, it kind of amps you up too sometimes. You know what I mean? Like if you're making a point and somebody goes, "Oh," you're like, "All right, let me ride with this." But the way that it could hold you back a little bit is sometimes the crowd could potentially be like louder than the person speaking.
Disruptive,
which I noticed from like your perspective as a person who's producing the content, you kind of have to do a lot of like management when it comes to managing, though not much managing the people who are talking, but managing the crowd in the background, because my mentality could take over. And after everybody's been eating and drinking, the mom mentality different.
Yeah, man. It's I love the vibe though, because above all else, it's something. It's like something that we created where people just feel comfortable to express themselves and be themselves, and that's very important in the space. You know, I think we all should have that leeway to just know that we could come as we are. So that's one of the most important aspects of the Brunch Bros, and I think I speak for all my cohorts, because I can't, but I think that we're very much focused on creating an environment that facilitates that.
Nah, it's fire. Like,
thank you, man.
So far, you're doing very well. Can't wait to see the next one.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. 25 minutes? Awesome. All right, moving on. What we want to talk about right now is just, we are full-grown men, bro.
Yeah.
We got jobs. We pay taxes.
Yeah. Oof. Don't
bro.
worry.
we got so many responsibilities, and on
Yeah.
top of that, we watch anime.
Right.
But watching anime right now as an adult is a little bit tough because of so many reasons. Like watching anime as an adult is so difficult because not only are we full grown adults with jobs, responsibilities, significant others, like all of that is encompassed within our lives. And wanting to stay on top of the current anime is not as easy as it was back when we were kids, bro.
Absolutely not. And I feel like there's more stuff coming out now too.
That's a fact.
Just the chasm of different things and like areas you may not even get to touch because of you're trying to keep up with one, obviously the things that are like the talking points, the JJKs, the Demon Slayers, the One Pieces of the world, but then also these other little more nuanced, like niche kind of things. It's difficult to kind of keep up with everything with all of that on your plate.
Facts.
I mean, how would you say that you're able to do so?
I would have to like look. The way I'm looking at it is compared from my childhood to now. Back when I was a child, all I would have to do was wait until after school when I was done with my homework, and then I could essentially watch all the anime that I wanted.
I'm glad that you did your homework, by the way. I'm happy.
Sometimes I miss that.
Yeah,
Not even gonna lie. On the weekend though, bro, there were some weekends where I was just like, yo, I ain't got nothing to do, or especially on a snow day.
Oh yeah,
we just watching anime.
See, the only thing I got to worry about is like, damn, am I about to play this game or I'm about to watch this show? You know what I'm saying? That was the extent of it.
And then once you had a computer, you could just do both.
Yeah. Yes, it was a beauty. Yo, man, when internet, I'm so glad. Yo, when we got the internet in the crib, it was a godsend. Oh my god, I just turned me onto this world of anime that I really didn't have. That was beyond just like the scope of Toonami and stuff like that. So,
major facts. But now, as an adult, it's like, okay, I can only fit anime in at certain times. And it's always during the time that I'm doing something else. Yeah. So I can fit in a couple of episodes of anime in when I'm eating dinner, when I'm cooking. Yeah. But it has to be dubbed because I'm going back and forth between the TV and the kitchen.
Yeah.
Could also fit it in when I'm on the ride to work. I take the train to work every day.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's smooth.
So I can go to Crunchyroll before I bounce. I can download a couple of episodes of One Piece or whatever I'm watching.
Yeah.
And then watch those episodes on the trip over there.
Right.
And then aside from that, it's tough, bro.
Yeah.
Especially like I got a girl now too, so it's like I hate her. No, I'm joking. She sucks. Take an anime away from me.
Yeah.
But nah, like being able to like, dedicate my time to my girl.
Yeah.
And being able to like consume the amount of anime that I want to watch is tough, bro. Like
I mean, it's I think that's one of those things where like I remember I seen this like diagram that was just so dope because it's like I've seen it in different facets, but they all kind of spout the same thing. It's like when you're young, you have time, energy, but no money. When you're like in the middle, you have energy and money, but you have no time. And then when you get old, you have money, time, but you don't have any energy. So it's like, I guess that's like the trifecta of just like the human condition. Like we're at that point where the time is limited. And the one thing that I feel like we spoke about off camera, but you didn't specify here is like we make content about anime. So that takes up a sizable portion of your time. You know what I mean? Like on top of the whole working a full-time job, the commute for them, you know what I mean? You don't get paid for that, but that's a part of the experience.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Having a significant other, having a social life, having like, if you do fitness and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's very difficult, man. And it's one of those things where I am super duper protective of what I watch. You know, I mean, I give One Piece a lot of, hoopla because of the length of it, but it's just like where I'm at in my life, it's just really difficult to fit that many episodes of something into my daily routine. Especially
with your life the way it is now, are you more attracted to shorter anime?
So I'll be honest with you, my attention span has been fried for quite a long time, in all fairness. But I've always had an attraction to it. But I think that kind of was just because you had the Dragon Ball Z's and the Naruto's of the world, and I was used to watching those, but I kind of became aware of the shorter shows, and I always thought they were fly, but like, I'll always like completion, but now it's imperative because I don't have as much time to dedicate to watching it. And then, I mean, outside of anime, if I want to watch a movie or something like that, sometimes I gotta break a movie up in half. It's like, damn, it's really tough. But I mean, I think that comes along with the love for it, man. Like, we love this so much that we'll make time for it. You know what I mean? And if you have, like, especially if you have like a significant other who's willing to watch, it's so clutch. Let me just say that's the most clutch thing, because that'll keep you watching things, because that's a bonding exercise.
Facts. I'm like easing her in, but like with anime, especially with watching it with somebody who hasn't watched it before.
Yeah.
You can't ease them in with the most anime. You feel me? You can't ease somebody in with One Piece. You got to start with like an erased, or like even something that's anime adjacent, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, or maybe a Death Note. You can get somebody into from the beginning, just because stories really like it's more story than it is anime themed.
Yes, agreed.
But like trying to get somebody into anime with something that's super heavily within the culture of anime.
Yes,
it's like, okay, why is this guy's nose bleeding for no reason?
Yeah,
why is this person all like why is this person weird as hell for no reason? It's like, all right, you got to watch a couple anime until that's more comfortable in your brain.
Yeah, it's a difference. It's that's something that I didn't always really consider, but like there's a heavy cultural difference, and I think that if you started watching it as a child, you weren't really analyzing the behaviors of the characters in it as much, so you kind of was like, oh, that's just what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Suspend disbelief. Yeah,
you suspend your disbelief a lot easier. As an adult, it's not as feasible for you to do that. And not to mention, it's animated, so animation already has like a connotation that's like for children and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you're able to, when you successfully convert her, I will. You know, I mean, I'm gonna shake your hand now, but you'll be deserving of another handshake. You know what I mean? Because it could be attached. Certain people may not take to it, but I mean, with the right person watching, I think that anything is possible.
All right, that's a fact. You know, brainwashing isn't that hard if you take your time.
Yes.
That sounds crazy.
That's take your time. That was like one of those moments, like where they look into the camera. Like one of those. Yeah, we don't condone brainwashing at all, of course, unless it's within the realm of anime.
Yeah, nothing wrong with if a bird's a little dirty. What's wrong with cleaning it?
I've never heard. You just made that shit up, bro. Wow, this dude's different, bro.
I'm dead. But how about you, though, Lou? How do you fit anime into your schedule currently?
I would say what I'm watching currently, I try. I don't even always succeed depending on what's going on in life. You know what I mean? Shit, like stuff happens. Like I try to do like an episode a day, and I think that is somewhat feasible with what I'm watching and the type of things that I watch now, because they're shorter. But I mean, an episode a day for something like a One Piece or like a Naruto or like a Bleach or Toriko, one of those super duper long form shows, it's not as practical, you know. Like I'm a single guy, so I don't really binge watch things much, because it's just not. I'm not a binge watcher. But like when I was in a relationship, binge watching certain things would be a little bit easier because you have someone to keep you company. It's like a bonding exercise. But yeah, as of right now, it's just been like an episode a day sometimes. Like I'll watch it when I'm on break at work. I drive to work, so I can't necessarily watch it like so I try to fit it in where I can. Usually oftentimes like right before I go to sleep. But the tricky part about that is I might fall asleep. I'm like, I'll finish it tomorrow. So I try to do it like at a decent time. But like you said, similar to it, like when you eat, that's a very good time to do so. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now, at least.
All right. Nah, that's fire. Yo, we want to know about y'all though. How do y'all fit anime into your busy schedule? Yes. And if you ain't busy, don't talk to us, because we'll only talk with real steppers.
Yo, that's crazy. He ain't lying, man. Nah, that's it.
But like, I think that's something everybody needs to come to terms with, because we've kind of, not directly, but in the past, we've indirectly had this conversation where the reason why I've told people I watch dub is because sometimes I'm doing other stuff. Yeah. But like, literally, that's the only way I can consume anime most of the time, because of the fact that like, there's too much going on in my life.
Multitasking.
Well, it has to be multitasked.
Yeah.
It has to be. And if not, then like, which kind of sucks too, because when you multitask in that way, you're not really getting the full content. Like I had to stop watching anime and editing. I can't do both.
Oh, that's nuts. I can't believe you even tried, bro.
I try. It don't work for me.
Like, even like when it comes to like listening to music, that's difficult for me. Like, it's difficult for me to listen to music unless it's like at a super duper duper low like level, and it's like at that point, am I really even listening to it? Like, so watching something while editing is, I mean, if you were able to do that successfully and actually retain, even if you don't do it,
I wasn't. That's why I stopped.
I'm about to say that shit is, I could never, yo.
Right. Well, along with the anime conversation, got a question for you, dog.
Word.
This question's safe. No blick involved.
Okay, respect.
What are some things about anime that annoy you, either from watching it in the past or watching it currently?
So to piggyback off of what we said previously, poor pacing. Like, time is precious. Time is super duper precious. So, and TikTok collectively has fried the cultural brain of, I mean, not even just our culture, but like just the world, it seems like. So I can just see, especially editing as well, I can see the things that could have been cut out in order to make this more succinct. I'm always doing that with people's speech and everything. You hack and slash and try to keep the soul of what they're saying without putting all of the
filler in
the
there.
filler, like I'm doing right now. So poor pacing is probably the first one. The next one is like incest. It's
Talk
just
about
like,
it. Break that down a little bit.
there's just a whole lot of shows where like there's a lot of shows where it may not go all the way, but it's just heavily implied. There's these undertones. I mean, we all love JJK. I mean, we know. I don't need to specify what happened towards the end of this past season but I'm going to with May May and her.
And Oi.
I'm like, I don't even like saying that. First off,
that sounds like a sex act.
Yeah, I'm what I'm saying, bro. And apparently that was. I mean, you can speak to that. Was that in the manga? Someone told me it wasn't. So
was that in the manga, Akil? Do you remember?
I think May was like that in the manga. Like they were in the hotel. I think she was in. They were in the hotel. I think she was in the bed like that. But I don't. I can't remember. Let me double check.
Yeah. It's like, there's never. Yeah, let me not say never because I'm like speaking in like super duper like general terms. But it's like, is it ever really needed? I don't think so. Like,
you know what they say about incest?
No, I don't.
It's the game the whole family can play.
You're sick.
Yo, that was.
I'm not like supporting it. I'm just saying. We can't say jokes no more. We can't say jokes no more. This is a completely serious podcast. Is that what happens when Cool Hands gets on the podcast? We just get serious.
I'm almost like annoyed that I actually found that funny. It was like, you know, that was a clever one.
It wasn't the manga. It was a full page. Or it was the May was like a rectangle panel. Ui was a rectangle panel. There was like a couple other panels. It wasn't as like she wasn't as busty and wasn't. It didn't come off as crazy. It happened, but it didn't look as
the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I can't. I mean, artistic
it wasn't
liberty,
necessary. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't really tell I mean, you this is your story, but it's like, is it really necessary? I would say really those are the two main things, and also like like minors and stuff like that. That starts like when it's like a super duper weird age gap. It's something that I didn't pay attention to as much, but now that I'm an adult, it's kind of like I'm never gonna say and say I've never enjoyed a show where it was like that, but like I don't know if I could really consume it the same way. If I see that now, it's just a little bit more weird for me to try to normalize. You know.
Word.
What about you?
Me off the top, recap episodes. I think in the past they had its place where when we were watching anime just on TV once a week, every once in a while, if you're like 23 episodes deep, maybe after that 23 weeks, it'll help to remember, hey, this is what happened however many weeks ago to culminate the whole thing. But nowadays, we have access to all the episodes that we've watched.
Right.
So there's absolutely no reason you need to recap anything. And also, there's so much anime content produced that whatever recap that the animators make probably won't be as good as the top anime YouTubers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they
true.
could feed it to you in a way that you want it. And
Pause. I'm sorry. I'm trying to grow up. I'm sorry.
So good. But they can provide you the content in the way that you want it and in a way that is succinct. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like a recap doesn't necessarily need to be 23 minutes.
You like
it could be an
your
easy
favorite,
7 to 10.
Yeah, your favorite YouTubers doing that in much less time. I agree with you on that part. I think like you said, it's like kind of like a relic of the past.
Facts.
But I mean, I think it's low key like a cope too. If they don't really, you know what I mean, they maybe not had the time to actually animate it or get a proper episode out. You just giving a stats, just I'd rather take the week off.
Just take the week off.
Yeah.
You don't need it. Like
You don't.
We've had so many anime just give us go. Hey, we're gonna take this time. Attack on Titan made us wait literally like damn near 4 or 5 years for us to get the full ending. They just gave us like 3 episodes worth of a show, combined it into one, and made us wait another year.
Yeah.
We still watched it.
Yeah. We didn't need no
take the time
recap.
off.
I'm just saying, we didn't need no recap for that. Yeah, I mean,
take the time
we could
off.
just go find one on YouTube, like you said.
Facts. Also, the next one that comes to mind is hearing anime characters call out their anime moves.
I like that one.
Bruh. Them calling out their anime moves, it makes sense for manga. Because if you're reading a manga and somebody's going, you're gonna be like, as a reader, you're just gonna be like, what is that? So you might need to see them say Kamehameha and like, you know, push that out. But as an anime watcher, all you need to do is have the person do the move and somebody be like, what's that? And you be like, oh, that's the Kamehameha wave.
There's definitely a better ways to do it. Yeah, I would agree. Maybe the only thing I'll say to retort to that would be like, maybe certain moves deserve it more than others.
Okay.
Like if it's like a real, he does a Goku Kamehamehas every other day.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I get it.
We
But
get
like,
it.
if you're doing like a spirit bomb or something like that, or something that's supposed to be like fine, like so a level like finality to it.
Okay.
I could understand why in
Right.
order to kind of like establish that this is something special. But in general, it doesn't really bother me because it's something that I guess I've normalized. So, but I can understand why. It doesn't really make sense.
Just like, when do you, like, if you fight somebody out in the streets, they're not going hook. They're not going uppercut.
Nah, but you might be like, weave. That'd be tough. If you get your ass beat by him too, I'm like, yeah, I need to go back to the dojo after that shit, bro.
Facts. Also, like, it's just impractical. Like, obviously,
Yeah,
it's
very-
anime. It don't
right, true.
need to be practical.
True,
But
true.
like, you're literally wasting breath. You're wasting the air that you have in your body. Like, maybe Goku or maybe Midoriya would win more fights if they just stopped talking while they were fighting. You feel me? Just make it straight hands.
I mean, that kind of leads into another one, like just talking during fights, not necessarily, but that's a whole different conversation.
A quick question on
What's
that.
up?
When we look at live actions and how anime and manga translate to live action, the manga is going to have that. The anime is going to create something based on the manga. Some of these things aren't going to translate to real life. And I'm just curious what your thoughts on that, given that you don't like the fact that people say it's out loud and it is something that happens in manga.
Oh, in live action, it's absolutely detestable. I think it's abhorrent. You got me using SAT words now. Yo, in live action, if I see you call out a move in a live action anime, I'm turning the TV off.
Really?
Probably not, but I need to catch the people, bro.
Yeah, nah, but you know what? I think it's accurate to the anime though.
It's uncomfortable, bro.
Okay,
Like,
fair.
it's uncomfortable. Like if I'm watching the live action Yu Yu Hakusho and I see
Spirit
Yusuke
gun.
say Spirit Gun, I'm gonna be like, yo, that's corny.
Nah, I ain't gonna front. When he used to say that shit in the anime, I'm like, ooh, this is like, yeah, he had his.
Because there was that finality in it. You know what I mean? Especially when because sometimes he would do it without calling it out, but sometimes it'd be like, Spirit Gun!
The voice actor was really great, by the way. The American voice actor.
Facts.
With that being said, can then live actions ever actually be good, given that it's a fundamental part of how these things are made?
I can, but I think we need to start adapting live action anime to be just live action. Like kind of have its own like culture within itself rather than relying on the culture of what anime is, which is going to take some time because you're just going to have to like keep creating these live actions and try to make sense of it. But I just think there's another way to adapt. There's a better way to adapt the content. You know what I mean? Like if
Okay.
you're going from manga to anime, it ain't black and white no more. You're adding color, you're adding movement. If
Right.
you're going from anime to live action, there's going to be some things that fit with the anime that you need to take away in the live action for it to make sense and be more digestible.
I can understand that. Like you said, I think it requires like more examples of it being done right because there's so many examples of it being done wrong.
Or yeah, and I think the way you learn how to do things right is sometimes by doing things wrong.
Trial and error.
Facts.
Where I didn't see the Yu Yu Hakusho live action. Was it?
I seen like the first episode and a half, I think. That was like 3 months ago, so I think that says something.
Fair enough.
But maybe we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question, Akil? Did you like that answer, or you like nah?
Not. I think that not that I like it or dislike it. I think that when I'm thinking about anime and the stuff that I don't like in anime, I don't mind. Like Lou said, I don't mind the names popping up in the show. In a live action, to me, it feels like again, it is weird to see a real life person do these type of things. Yeah. But much like you have with One Piece. Like you have how animated Luffy is, how he's stretchy and stuff like that. Right. Some of these things visually are just weird to translate.
Right.
The audio bits of saying Kamehameha or Detroit Smash do sound weird hearing it, but a lot of that feels essential, like quintessential to what anime is or what manga is. So it's hard to remove those things and then still call it anime. Or not call it anime because it's live action, but you kind of dissociate the two from each other. It becomes then basically its own thing.
And not to mention, not to cut you off, but like I think that you also run the risk of alienating people for like people. Why didn't he say it? I'm pretty sure there's certain people who are also looking for that because I guess it's accurate. But
well, you could tell them to talk to me.
Jeez. Don't get this man a little bit. Yeah.
We got a problem? All right.
Does that say squirt on it?
Huh?
Oh, man. This guy's a sicko. Let me see that when you done. No.
Oh,
is there anything else would you say that kind of like annoys you about? It seems like that one really stuck with you.
That one, just because I can suspend disbelief for it, but I just rather not hear it. You know what I mean?
Fair.
It ain't ruining my day,
right?
But I'd be like, I just feel like it would be a better fit if it wasn't there. Like again, it makes sense for the visuals of a manga to me because of the fact that you can't really see what's being done. If you just have something flying out of somebody, you're gonna be like, what the hell is
what
that?
is it? Yeah.
But in an anime, it's like I can see what it is.
Right. True.
But I digress. Not the biggest of deals, but you know, it's a little thing that, you know, ticks me a little bit. I do have another. This is an interesting thing. So CBR, there's an article written on it that's titled 10 biggest anime time skips that changed everything ranked. From 10 to 1, they're ranking the biggest anime time skips. Lou, I'm going to give you a minute to write down what you think those 10 anime are. You don't have to write them in order, but I'm just going to give you that minute. So if you want to grab your phone and enter those anime, you got about a minute.
Damn.
All right. And while he's doing that, just so y'all know, for everyone that he gets wrong, Lou's going to get shot in the face. Because that's how we do it out here in New York. I was about to just give my actual location. That's how we do it in Staten Island.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir. But and then when she does that, at the end, I'll read off the list of the correct ones.
How much time do I have left?
You probably have about 30 seconds.
Okay. Damn, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah. So just the title of the anime. That's all we need. And what's messed up about this? He's definitely not gonna get them all right because there's some anime over here that I don't even know the name of.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And so, but most of them you have definitely heard of.
Yeah.
Remember, time skips that changed everything within the anime itself. 10 biggest anime time skips. So there's definitely some that you're just gonna get right off the top. Just write those first.
Yeah, I got all of those. Now I'm kind of like drawing that blank.
How many you got down so far?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6? All right. I'm going to give you an extra 30 seconds just because you've been a good co-host and I want to,
sir.
toss you that grace.
Fudge. You said there's going to be some ones that I don't
Yeah, there's going to be some that you don't know. Just focus on the ones that you do know because you're not going to get the ones that you don't know.
Well, damn. So much faith. Bro has mad faith in me. Damn. Thanks, Kev.
I'm sorry, bro. This is just for me.
He's just He's like, a little nugget of truth just slipped out. Let me see that real quick. I ain't go for. I think I'm where I'm at with it, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to.
No more. You don't want to just write some names in there.
Nah, man. I'm a man. I face the music.
So so you're gonna list the 10 from the top. You'll get shot every time that you're wrong, and then from the ones that you weren't able to list down, just count down the number. So if it's from 6, just go 5, 4, 3, and you're just gonna get shot for each one.
She means.
No, bro.
No, bro. You can get it too, Akil. Stop playing.
All right, so
watch your mouth, bro.
The first one I got is One Piece.
One Piece? You right.
Obviously.
Good job.
Naruto,
okay.
Obviously. Vinland Saga.
That's wrong. Ooh, my bad. I didn't mean to catch you in the eye. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. No, word. Yeah, good looks. Vinland Saga's not on there. No. Dragon Ball.
I'll give it to you. Dragon Ball Z is in it. Yep.
Okay. Bleach. What?
Bleach
That's not on there?
I had to double check on him. I was like, damn, did I hold him? No, I'm good. You're good.
Gundam.
Wrong.
All right, fuck. That's All right, so 3, 2, 1.
Weave.
All right, 0.
Okay, good. All right, so from the top, I'm going to read the name of the anime that were actually on the list. So Dragon Ball, you got that right.
Right.
One Piece, you got that right.
Right.
Then we have JoJo's.
Oh, I never watched JoJo's like that.
Then we have another anime called To Your Eternity.
I've heard of that, but I don't know much about it.
I've never even heard of it. We have Black Clover.
Oh.
Tokyo Ghoul 3. But I would have given you Tokyo Ghoul if you said it. Dr. Stone.
I've never watched Dr. Stone, but I did watch Tokyo Ghoul. I can't believe I missed that one.
Naruto is on there.
Right.
Attack on Titan is on there.
Yeah, you're right. I fucked that one up.
And then the last one is Death Note.
Oh.
Because they did have that time skip.
Oh, that's a fact, though. Oh, my God. Yeah. There is a time skip. It's just that second part of the anime definitely trails off. Like, I feel like bro was just like unraveling by that time.
Facts.
Like it didn't hit as much, especially considering how like well that first half was. But it definitely was a time skip. I definitely forgot about that one.
Yeah, but good job. You got some in there. You took those shots like a champ.
Yes, sir.
You get to hold on to this for now.
Word, all right.
Yeah, and now we're at the point where we are going to...
No, my bad.
I don't think I continue this episode. It's your podcast now. You got the juice.
I'm the captain.
Now we are at the point where we let Lou cook.
Okay.
Any hot takes or opinions that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I actually have one. It's
Feel free.
I don't know if it's really all that hot because I think everybody's going to agree with me. But
Talk about it.
Anime is a lot better now that it's seasonal.
Cook.
Well, for one, it doesn't force you to try to pace something because you don't want to overlap the source material, which we've seen a few different times. Full Metal Alchemist is the first one that comes to mind, the original one. And all the filler that comes as a result of you just wanting to do, just keep to that consistent schedule.
Facts.
I think that the animation ends up suffering when you do that as well. Obviously budgetary concerns and stuff, you have to like pick and choose when you want to really cook with the animation. But in general though, like I think that most importantly the story. The story doesn't suffer nearly as much because you're not trying to just, I don't know, for me, I'm a person, I don't like performative stuff. It kind of comes off to not performative, but it's just like you're doing it just because that's what you want to do, not because that's what's best for the product. And I think that we look at the quality of work that's dropped since. I can't tell you when that transition kind of occurred, but I mean, you look at things like JJK, you look at things like Blue Lock, you look at things like Demon Slayer, you know, all of these different shows that benefit so much from having time to just let things kind of catch up for one, as well as just you know, I mean, the animation that we've gotten over the last few years.
Yeah.
Like it's just massive. Like to think, like, not to say that animation was like bad back in the day, but like the amount of time that these guys are able to devote to it, because, you know what I mean, there's a little bit of a break, even though they're still animating on like a weekly basis, of course, but like we're seeing things with like film budget level of animation on a series. That's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Demon Slayer is a movie every time. So much when you go to the movies, it's like this. It looks better, but it's like, damn, it's like how improving on the Mona Lisa. She wasn't that bad to begin with, first off. You know what I mean? But respectfully, you know what I mean? You don't got to do too much to something that's already really great. So that's my personal opinion. I know certain people. I mean, even the first person that comes to mind, or the first people that come to mind, are the One Piece dudes. I think that they would even agree in that regard, because as far as like the anime is concerned, I think that like if things weren't as weekly and episodic and consistent, that might result in a better viewing experience. So I don't know if this is a hot take. I mean, maybe people can y'all will tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I think that's pretty standard.
Nah, I agree with you. Whether or not people would think it's a hot take or not is interesting, because I think there is a bit of the community that's divided, but also it's just like, I don't think you can speak against what is currently changing the standard that used to exist. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like there's a reason why majority of anime that come out are seasonal rather than arc based, where it's like 48 episodes or 50 episodes in a year.
Yeah.
Just because, like, if you really think about it, that used to be the only standard when you had the top anime, your big three, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, or even like other ones below it, your Fairy Tales, or like even Death Note was kind of still in the episode a week for a minute, because I think Death Note was like 36 episodes.
Yeah, so it's 36.
Banged it out.
Right.
With that, it's like that used to be the standard. That it just used to be what it was. If it was a less popular anime, then it would just get less episodes and get canceled eventually. But now everything coming out seasonally, every other anime is doing it. There's only really, how many anime can you name that currently are airing and are coming out an episode a week for however long? It's One Piece, Detective Conan.
Yeah. And those are grandfathered.
Facts. And it used to be Boruto, which was also grandfathered based off of fucking Naruto.
Naruto, yeah.
So, like, if everything else is not following that standard, there's a reason for that.
Right.
It's because the new standard works.
Yeah. And I think everybody would agree. There may be that aspect of it where I've heard people say this about One Piece in one of my many anti-One Piece tirades, which I just want to get this to say it on camera. I don't hate One Piece. I've never really watched it to hate One Piece. I think it's daunting to start, but I just love
One Piece fans is
yo, they are so easy to fucking irate. Oh my god, I'm just a troll. I'm bad at that, but they've said, like, if there's more to watch, what's wrong with that? Why wouldn't I want that? I'm like, well,
it's because how you're presenting it.
It's for me. It's like if it could be done in a way that's more respectful of your time, would you not prefer that? Maybe certain people just like watching it, and I mean, if that's what it is, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong.
Saying y'all just like wasting your time.
Like, hold on. Yeah. Shout out to One Piece, man. Y'all guys are great, man. Real talk, you know what I mean? Shout out to Oda. You know what I mean?
Keep wasting your time.
Keep wasting your time. I'm wasting my 20s. Come on. Yeah. What about you, man? You got anything you want to cook with?
Not really this week.
Put your ass on the spot. Yeah, put him on the spot. He wasn't ready for that. He was like, no spots. No spots.
Nah, not this week. But no, your topic is really interesting, because I've been thinking about that for a while. Where when it comes down to it, we used to live off of such a specific standard, and we've switched off. But there's some people who like miss the good old days, where they're like, I just want to go back to the days of Dragon Ball. And it's like, you know how long it took of the 10 minutes of Namek to blow up? Yeah. It took like 10 episodes. Yeah. For 10 minutes?
They didn't know any better.
Largely. That's insane.
That's the one thing too. It's like, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah, and it's like it also feels so I don't want to say performative, but it feels like such a cash grab.
Yeah,
Where it's just like,
you're just
okay,
milking this shit just because people will tune in and all that stuff.
you know the eyes are there, so you're going to
Right.
keep doing this, so you
Yeah.
can guarantee that this show has the television spot, which then leads you to have more commercials bought on
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Which is like that feels like it's for you and not for me as the viewer.
As a viewer, no, absolutely not. And I think that kind of speaks to that interesting cross section between, I guess, the fact that anime, film, TV, all of that is an art, but it's also a commodity. We see it reveal itself in different ways, and I think Attack on Titan is kind of that to me, because I'm like, Mappa was doing a whole lot for sure. I'm not even gonna sit here and try to say that those dudes was clearly overworked, but it's like, I mean, they could have breaking it. Come on, I mean, come on, you ain't have to. Come on, let's be real. Y'all could have done this in the last two parts, if you want to call them that, could have been easily like
It could have been a movie.
like a 8 episode thing, but y'all just let it run. Why? Build up anticipation.
You know, you could.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like, I don't know. To me, it's I understand it, but it's not something that I'm very fond of.
Nah, I think it's disrespectful to the audience.
I think so too.
Yeah, but this has been this episode of Keeping It 9,000. Thank y'all for watching. This is Kev over here.
Yeah.
Yo, we do this every week. We are on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're actually live streaming on TikTok right now. So if you're a fan of this, if you like these types of conversations, hop on the vibe. Keeping It 9,000 everywhere.
Facts.
Lou, let them know what you got.
We are going to be, I don't know exactly when this is going to air, but upcoming, we do have a collab video dropping with If the Shoe Fits.
Fire.
Yes, and it's going to be based around Dragon Ball. With respect to, obviously, Mr. Akira Toriyama, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Dude was amazing, and he influenced so much. And I think that, to a degree, as anime started to mature, he kind of got a lot of shit for just stuff that, I guess, the ways in which the show lacked. And I think it's easy to do that when you have this, all of these shows that we love now kind of they're standing on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah.
So we're going to be honoring him, and we have some other stuff down the pipeline that I won't speak about because I don't really know. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but we got some stuff working, and definitely I'm so thankful that you wanted me to even co-host this. I appreciate it.
Always good having you on the pod.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
But yes, and you can find Lou on Wasting My 20s.
At WM20s on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. At Cool Hands on TikTok and Instagram, as well as YouTube. Cool.hands, I should say. And at Brunch Bros on YouTube, Instagram, as well as TikTok.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Tap in. It's been Keeping It 9,000. Thanks for keeping it 9,000 with us. We're always going to keep it 9,000 with you, and we out of here.
It's over 9,000!